Also called the Devil's Triangle, this spot has claimed over 1,000 lives in the past century. Unfortunately, no one theory justifies death in this region. Here are 10 discoveries in the Bermuda Triangle that have shocked the world. Number 10. Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste story is one of the most mysterious shipwreck incidents in the Bermuda Triangle's history. Although it was adrift in a different location in the Atlantic Ocean, it's been linked with the Bermuda Triangle. It's believed to have some answers to some mind-boggling questions we might have about this mysterious site. Discovered on December 4, 1872, all the ship's parts were intact except the crew. It was stranded for days after starting its journey from New York to Genoa, Italy. The 7 crew members on board loaded the vessel with raw alcohol. Days after it sank, De Gratia, a British ship, found Mary Celeste under partial sail in the Atlantic with no crew members on board. To make matters worse, the lifeboat was also missing. They also realized that 9 of the barrels in the cargo were empty, and a sword was on the deck. Studies ruled out the possibility of a pirate attack since everything on the ship was intact. The major theories explaining this event say it may have been an alien abduction or an attack by a giant squid. Others say the ship may have been a victim of an underground earthquake. Most of these speculations don't sound reasonable, especially because the ship wasn't entirely compromised. Therefore, this accident has been linked to the Bermuda Triangle. Number 9. Ellen Austin. This story is linked to the Mexican white oak schooner Ellen Austin. In 1881, the 210-foot-long Ellen was going to New York from London when it stumbled upon a derelict near the Bermuda Triangle. Everything seemed fine at first until they noticed the crew was missing. Captain Baker of the Ellen Austin asked his team members to monitor it for 2 days to ensure it wasn't a trap. After days of watching closely and no response from the ship, the captain entered the abandoned vessel to find no sign of the crew. He towed the empty vessel along the calm waters, looking for the perfect place to explore it. Unfortunately, a storm separated the path of both ships, and the derelict vanished. Days after the storm, the captain looked through the spyglass only to realize that the ship was sailing aimlessly in the water. He managed to get his vessel to catch up with it. Again, he confirmed the second time that no one was on board. A second attempt to bring the ship to land proved abortive, like the first one. It appeared and disappeared as often as it wanted. The secrets of this vessel may never be uncovered. Number 8. USS CYCLOPS. The disappearance of the USS CYCLOPS marks the largest loss of life in history of the U.S. Navy. The incident occurred in March 1918, when the ship set out to sail from Brazil to Baltimore through the Bermuda region. It carried 10,800 tons of manganese, and there were 390 crew members on board. The ship set off on a good day, and engineers checked it thoroughly to confirm if there was any fault that could hinder its movement. Luckily, they found nothing and allowed it to go underway. Unfortunately, nothing was heard of the vessel that day. A search team was commissioned to find it, but nothing was seen. Neither the remains of the ship nor the crew members were found. The ship's captain never sent a distress signal, and no one responded to radio calls from other nearby vessels. The investigators failed to find the cause of the disappearance, although they found a possible theory that explains it. Due to the mysterious circumstances surrounding Cyclops, it remains one of the 100 planes and ships to have vanished under strange circumstances in the Bermuda Triangle. Number 7. Witchcraft. On December 22, 1967, a cabin cruiser called Witchcraft left Miami with Captain Dan and his friend, Father Patrick Horton. Their journey on the 23-foot luxury yacht was to enjoy Miami's Christmas lights. Unfortunately, their memorable trip was cut short 1 mile offshore. The Coast Guard got a call from the captain that his ship had been hit by something, but the damage wasn't substantial. He had pleaded that they should be towed to shore. The Coast Guard immediately mobilized and sent out a rescue crew to the vessel. When they got there, they found no signs that any ship was stranded there. Even more shocking is that the cruiser was unsinkable and equipped with several life-saving boats, jackets, flares, and distress devices. None of those facilities were used, and the ship was gone. The guards searched hundreds of square miles around the location for the next few days, but nothing was found. To this day, the remains of this ship are unknown, and every possible explanation you hear is speculation. Do you think the Bermuda Triangle is responsible for this disappearance? Please tell us in the comments section below. Number 6. Atlantis. Could it be that the spot referred to as the Bermuda Triangle is the lost city of Atlantis? Many Atlanteans believe the Bimini Road leads to the mysterious lost city. Something like the Atlantis would be hard to go undiscovered in this probing world. The most famous theory linking the lost city of Atlantis with the Bermuda Triangle was published by Charles Berlitz, the grandson of the author of many paranormal books. In the 1970s, Charles claimed that Atlantis was a real continent located off the Bahamas and was confused with the Bermuda Triangle. He alleged it was the same spot where numerous ships and planes had disappeared in mysterious circumstances. Supporters of this theory opine that they've seen artificial walls and streets off the coast of Bimini, suggesting humans built them. Unfortunately, another group of researchers has debunked these claims, saying these structures were natural beach rock formations. Regardless, there are still proponents of the Atlantis-Bermuda theory. While you may disagree with their claims, there might be traces of truth in their belief. Number 5. Dumb mistakes. While some of the speculations about the Bermuda Triangle might be true, we can't rule out the existence of silly mistakes. Even the best captains worldwide have had their fair share of life-threatening mistakes. If you make a disastrous mistake that causes your ship and its contents to sink deep inside the water, you wouldn't want to take the blame. After all, no one would know what happened unless you tell them. In 2017, Dr. Carroll told the press that the number of planes that had gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle is the same as anywhere in the world based on percentage. Since it's near the equator, it experiences lots of traffic. The fantasy around this region began during World War I, when USS CYCLOPS and other large vessels went missing. Some seaplanes sent to track the ships also disappeared, and no bodies were found. The experts suggested that the inexperience of the crew members could be the cause of the mishap. Maybe the fear of disappearing made them lose concentration. If that's the case, how is it that their remains were never found? Number 4. Magnetic anomalies. If you watch the TV show titled Bermuda Triangle, you may have heard recordings of pilots saying their instruments have gone haywire. The possible explanation is that the Earth's magnetic North Pole isn't the same as the geographic North Pole, meaning that compasses don't point north. Only agonic lines are accurate. One line runs from Lake Superior to the Gulf of Mexico near the Bermuda Triangle. One theory holds that mariners experiencing a discrepancy in their compass readings may make mistakes when they're close to the agonic lines. Another theory states that the Bermuda Triangle is home to a large-scale magnetic anomaly, a region where the Earth's magnetic field lines are twisted and wrapped. This also results in navigational mistakes. As you may know, there's no evidence that the area suffers any unusual magnetic disturbance. Scientists are comfortable attributing ship sinkings to massive bubbles released from undersea. This theory is easily justifiable than magnetic anomalies. There's no one theory explaining the existence and operation of the Bermuda Triangle. One scientist wanted to get to the root of the matter. He found something intriguing. Number 3. Dinosaur. It's still debatable whether prehistoric animals still roam the Earth. While some scientists have experienced them firsthand, others have said it's a myth. Given that most of the ocean is unexplored, these dinosaurs might be hiding somewhere around. A marine biologist was curious about the events in the Bermuda Triangle and thought to visit the site to see things for himself. He allegedly found this marine dinosaur underwater. He was shocked and amazed to get a clip as evidence. Before making the trip, he had a gut feeling that a giant animal might be the cause of the accidents on the spot. The monster might be angry about the encroachment on its space and want to take revenge on the humans there. When he found the massive animal in the deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean, he was convinced that the animal was to blame. Since it was hidden in the deepest part of the ocean, you can understand why it went undiscovered for many years. Could it be that this animal was the cause of all the mishaps in the Devil's Triangle? Maybe it's an innocent animal trying to survive. Please, comment if you think there's any more to this sighting than meets the eye. Number 2. Rogue waves. Sometimes, what we name a mysterious event is likened to rogue waves. You might be at sea enjoying the sun and wind, then suddenly, a giant wave pops up next to your boat and sinks it. This happens everywhere, within and outside the Bermuda Triangle. but it seems worse around the region. There are reports of some geomagnetic systems confusing the pilots. Scientists have attributed this sudden confusion to giant rogue waves. Some UK scientists discussed the evidence of these waves in a documentary series published on BBC. Rogue waves are steep and tall and would often hit unexpectedly. The tip of South Africa is prone to these waves. Storms from the Indian Ocean, South Atlantic, and the Southern Ocean join forces. The result is the disappearance of big container vessels and tankers off the tip of South Africa. The same theory might apply to the Bermuda Triangle, where storms come from all directions, including the equator, Mexico, and east of the Atlantic. Engineers have created sample ships and simulated some rogue waves to confirm whether the vessels got swamped under them. Their suspicions were right, as the ships didn't survive. Number 1. Methane gas. The latest culprit in the Bermuda Triangle saga is methane, a natural gas less dense than water. If you sail through the patch of ocean and find some methane bubbles from the deep, be assured that your boat might sink. Gas hydrates exist in the deep and high-pressure environments in the world's oceans. However, it might be worse in the Bermuda Triangle. It's not clear whether the gas blowouts happen in the triangular area. Secondly, it's unclear how this causes planes to vanish from the sky. We can understand that people disappeared from ships, but how about planes? It's difficult to justify the disappearance. Publications from the United States Geological Survey reveal large undersea methane deposits in different parts of the world. One such area is the Blake Plateau, which lies off the southeastern coast of the U.S. It's considered part of the Bermuda Triangle and extends up to 90 miles from east to west and 106 miles north to south. The research body claims there's been no large methane eruption in the Bermuda Triangle in the past 15,000 years. Therefore, what we suspect to be methane gas could be something else. Until next time, adios.